Hello and good afternoon, all. Thank you so much for joining me these hours. Um, well, it is very important for us to meet today. So, this is a very important engagement. Those that are live, I want you to really pay attention and listen to what I'm going to say. While for those who doesn't have time to catch up with us by these hours, you can watch the recorded version of this discussion. So we received a lot of complaint, which I believe it is necessary for us to go live with you, discuss some of the issues you're having, and at the same time update you on the IDS project status, or let me say base Dominion IDS project status, where we are, and then what is the next line of action. We have seen a lot of complaint on the media, email, which we are really very surprised to see this kind of complaint from our students. Before we begin, I want to clear the air or explain this to you in order to serve as a kind of an insight for you to know what is all about this IDS project. This IDS project is a federal government of Nigeria initiative where the project is aimed to empower youth, with 21st century skill, which is skills that are needed for industry. We are now, some argue we are now in industry 4.0, some are saying industry 4.5, but reality is 4.5, where your skills matter than any degree you can earn from university. You can earn a degree, but if you don't have the technical know-how to defend that, your degree is a waste of time. So the government understands that this is a time to empower our youth with the necessary skill for them to be able to get ready for the 21st century's job. So this is open to every organization, every company that has the technical know-how, that have the expertise, can be able to apply for this grant, where Bayes University was part of those. If I'm not wrong, over 30 to 40 or 50 companies and universities across Nigeria have applied for this grant, where there are a committee of experts who review the application to see if you have the manpower, you have the capacity to be able to train these youth. I want you to know this. Many universities have received this grant. Many universities in Nigeria, as well as many companies, have also received this grant. And you'll be very surprised, most of these companies and universities that have received this grant, they focus on only the number given to them, which I believe is around 1,500, 300, depending on your capacity. While Bayes, as I have explained this severally, will receive to train only 900, which these 900 can come to the Bayes University physical venue, campus, to do this training. Which, believe you me guys, when we open this application, we have over 1,500 staff and students from Bayes University, which means if we want, we can only focus on these, our personnel that are working with us. But we agree that, okay, as long as we have over 200 applications, it is necessary for us as a Nigerian, also based as a university, to see that, okay, we have contributed a lot to the national growth. So now, we are not looking at the amount of money that are going to be given to Bayes. No, we are looking at you. I believe this program has gone across all the country. no local government in Nigeria, I think, that have never that have not heard about this ideas-based program. So what we do based on our strategy is to say, okay, as long as based on the data we have thousands of young Nigerians from almost all local government in Nigeria, we should be able to create a strategy whereby we can be able to accommodate this number of youth, because the youth are the heart of every country. If you give the youth education, very quality one, you have given the whole society. And let me tell you this training has empowered a lot of you. I know some of you that are listening to me are out of the country because of this training. Some of you have applied for a job, which because you mentioned that, okay, this is a certificate that you are going to give them that is going to be signed by Bayes University. The organization agreed to give you a job. So to tell you, our focus is not only to that 900 given to us, our focus is to all Nigerians. All of you will agree with me. Government have to be supported by industry. Government have to be supported by companies in terms of training, in terms of giving job. So the skill we are giving you is not just a skill for you to just have a certificate. No, it's a skill that can empower you to be able to stand firmly, whether in Nigeria, Africa, or in the globe entirely, for you to be able to stand and work anywhere. So we are really very surprised when we see a lot of comments by some of you, which really I will advise humbly. Knowledge is not all about having the knowledge, rather to have a discipline and character. If you don't have a character, this certificate is given to you. Anywhere you go, that your bad character will never allow you to excel. So universities and educational institutions are not just educational institutions. There are places where character are built on top of youth. So it means you must have a very good character. So that is my opening remark. Let's look at some of the issues that we have received a complaint, request. Some are even calling me. Okay, let me clear this also. My personal line is my personal line, please. We have a dedicated phone number for this program. All our facilitators, we have a dedicated email. I know it's overwhelming. You send an email, no response. These young people are really trying very hard to see they support you. We are not paying them up to what they are supposed to be paid to pay attention to all your problems, but they are doing their best to see they supported you all time. So please exercise more patience and be very active in terms of listening to some of these podcasts or engagement where some of the trouble you may have can be resolved, or you can have the answer through this type of engagement. So most of the questions we receive are around, I cannot upload my internship letter. First, if you are sure that you have filled the internship application, whether you have printed the internship letter or you haven't printed it, be informed that the upload platform is open. So you can be able to upload that internship letter. We believe and we know some have done the internship, but their letters are yet to be uploaded on the platform. So this is a very good opportunity. We encourage you to go and upload your internship letter. Then what if you try to upload it's not working? Guys, I want you to know, for Bayes University to be able to give you this platform, it means we know what we are doing. If you didn't fill our internship form and then you expect to upload internship letter, it's not possible. This is an information system that is thoroughly developed with our experts. So it means whatever you are doing, the system will properly check to see if you have followed all the requirements. First, you have applied, Second, you have uploaded your NIN, you have uploaded your passport, you have done the training before we even come to the level of internship. So it means you have to ask yourself these two questions. Did I apply? Did I have my NIN number uploaded? Do I have my passport uploaded? Did I even apply for the internship? That is when you ask yourself, can I upload my internship letter? If all these are not being met, believe you me, you cannot be able to upload your internship letter. So it is a very straightforward, there is no ambiguity, it's an open system. It's a system that has been programmed to check all this. So it's a criterion, it's a check. If any of these checks are not met, it means you cannot be able to upload your internship letter. At the same time, maybe some of you may experience problem. Maybe you lost your email address, you forgot your email address, all things around that. Talk to our expert of support team. Send your phone number, send your email, send your name. They can be able to check the system, or even your ID, to confirm if you have met those criteria I mentioned earlier, which I believe they should be able to support you. They should be able to support you very well. So if you cannot do this, I believe the team will be able to give you support, even work with you to make sure you are able to upload your letter. Now, after uploading this letter, what is the next line of action? What are we expecting from you? I want to also appeal. This is a program with a large number of students. All of you can agree with me. No Nigerian university that has this huge number of students who are active, 52,000. We have approximately 57,000 of you, which is really very difficult. If you don't have solid information system in place, you cannot be able to cater for this individual. So what we are doing very hard. We are trying as much as we could to see that we have given you the support. So sometimes we have to go back and check our system. Where need to be improved, we improve on it. Where we have a problem, we check ourselves and make sure that those are put in place in order to give you quality training and quality support. So when you have a problem, you cannot upload, talk to them, they should be able to give you the support. So like I've said, what is the next line of action? Currently, where we send the first form, which is a Google form, to ask for your, where you do your internship, which you already know, your NIN, which you already have, professional certificate, which we do have some and we don't have some, is to just get you ready for the graduation. We are going to share the final form, which is going to be attached to the IDS, to the Base University IDS project platform, which is going to be mapped to the website. If it's mapped, when we are ready, we'll send the link on the Telegram group and also do a video on the YouTube channel for you to be able to follow the guide and upload those necessary data. We have sent this data. The data was asked by the World Bank yesterday night around 11. I had a meeting with our consultant, which he called my attention that some of you have filled the form inappropriately. Part of what you are feeling, somebody will say, I have a job before starting the training. Then before the end of the training, you don't have a job, which means the training is not giving you skill to retain your job. Some will say, oh, I don't have job, but after starting the training, I have a job, but the job was given to me in 2016. What happened? So it means there is inconsistency in the data. These are things that are very much important. Listen carefully. When we share the final form, be sure you fill the form appropriately, because that is what we are going to use to make sure we screen you for the graduation. I want you to know this. For some of you that know Base University, when it comes to academic activities, when it comes to quality of education, we are very rigorous. I know this is a professional training. We cannot push hard up to our standard, but believe you me, we are going to do our best to make sure that we impose and make sure what needs to be done is done for you to take our brand and show outside that this certificate is given to us. Some of you will agree with me. If you have a company or you have a product, you will be very, very proud of that, your product, anywhere you go. So it means anything that will make less of your product, you will try as much as you could to make sure that your product retain its integrity, retain its quality, and retain the standards. So what we are doing is to make sure that we set the standard. 52,000 or 57,000 of you, it is not all that are going to graduate. Think of going to primary school, coming to secondary school, university. You start, many of you, but you didn't graduate, all of you. The same applies to this training. Even if it's a professional training, we have to put a rigor mechanisms in making sure that those that have done what we expected them to do, based on the standards set for the training, has met the standard. We're not going to graduate everybody. That is why, as part of what we are doing, all of you that have done your internship, we have our supervisors that will call you. So make sure the number provided for yourself, the organization, the letter you upload it are accurate. Don't upload a letter that is not accurate. I know my people, but believe you me, we are very, very serious on this training. We cannot give you a certificate from this institution without you doing what we are expected of you to do. So it means you must pass through all the processes before the certificate will be given to you. So I encourage all to make sure the data submitted, you are still open. You are still open. If you uploaded the wrong letter mistakenly, go back and change it. If that cannot be changed, talk to us. There is maybe 10-15 minutes of question and answer. Talk to me. We can review the form and see that we activate the form to receive the upload. But don't forget, every information must be valid. Must be valid before we can give you our certificate. When it comes to graduation, we are still working on some other requirement of graduation, which we hope to accommodate anybody who may wish to come for the graduation. I know we have a little space, or I can say we have even larger space to accommodate almost all of you, but we have to screen out those who will come for the graduation. And at the same time, we are working on even graduation gown, because it's part of the requirement. You must wear your graduation gown before the graduation. So we are still working on the modalities to see how we will come up with the graduation gown, where all, because we are not going to sew it for you, but we make sure that it's affordable. It's something you can get it, see the sample, then you go and sew it for yourself. Now, the next question after the, like I've said, the next line of action is our supervisors are going to visit you in all your states. Any state you are, we have our representative. They will come, make sure that they check and review all your submission and ask you questions. So make sure whatever you've submitted, you can be able to depend it, because they have to grade you. They have to assess you. So if you submitted information that you cannot depend, still you have time, review it and make sure that it's appropriate, okay? And we have one of our very, very serious measure of graduation, which means you must have a minimum of 75% of all our standard before you can graduate. So if you have 50, you cannot graduate. Part of this is submission from your facilitators, your internship logbook, your attendance. Some of you may think, okay, how do you mark attendance? We have a YouTube channel. We have already programmed it. We know our student. If you are using the same email, we have done that severally. So that's two. Then thirdly, part of our assessment in terms of graduation is your capstone project. Make sure you do a very good capstone project and you submit it. If you haven't submitted yet, it's part of what we are also thinking. Maybe we review, we make a form available where you can be able to submit your capstone project for the supervisors to look at it and assess you. So we have serious measures. Some I haven't mentioned, but you have to make sure that these criterions are met. Then after this, we have the next line of action. Like I mentioned, after all this, the next is pitching. What are we expected to do in pitching? In pitching, we are going to review all your submissions in terms of the capstone project. So those who have done very well, we invite you, talk to you. After talking to you, then the pitching also is an open platform where we are going to invite big people. I'm not going to mention some of them, but we are going to invite big people and also companies that may be interested in such kind of solution. So if you don't have job, you have done something very important, likely to be imperative to those companies. I believe those companies, we have been partnering with them for a long time. They will be able to offer you job or look at you and say, oh, this is a very wonderful solution, and they can give you something that can support you. Additionally, as part of what we are going to do, those that presented very good solution is part of our strategy to make sure that we have supported them. Okay, so the second line of action is pitching. The last part is graduation. Graduation, like I mentioned, we are going to put a kind of way of screening those who may be interested coming to Abuja, but you have to sponsor yourself for all. If you are coming to Abuja, you must sponsor yourself. Don't be scared. Some will say, I cannot come to Abuja, I have to pay for a hotel, I have to do this. Well, depending on where you are coming in Abuja, you can be able to come to Abuja with just for a day. You can budget yourself, save a little amount of money. There are hotels that are cheap that you can come and stay. After the graduation, you go back. It's a very good momentum that you can remember in your life. Okay, so like I've mentioned, the graduation, we are still working on the modalities on how the graduation will be. So these are 3 line of action or activities that remains. Let me repeat. Number 1, we have the internship supervision, which our team will come. Secondly, we have the pitching, which all are expected to submit their capstone project. The last part is the graduation, which, like I've mentioned earlier, we are still working on the modalities of how the graduation will be. So I think I've said a lot. We are going to open the floor for question and answer. Any questions you have, feel free to ask, but let it be very important questions. Thank you. So I'm seeing some comment. If you have questions, feel free to ask your questions, please. Somebody mentioned that he left his first job and now in a new job. So that means the ideas have given you very good skill where you can be able to stand firmly and look for another job. Thank you. Somebody mentions that he cannot see his progress in the logbook. So Idafe, let's work this out. If you have submitted all your data, all the data are there. Our team will review the process and make sure that you see your data. So please, Idafe, take note of this. After this engagement, we have to sit with the team to see why they cannot see their progress. How can I log into my logbook? You can still log on to your logbook. If you have problem, there is a reset password that is there. If you still cannot log in after trying to reset the password, you can still talk to our team. And I am going to charge them with the responsibilities of sharing a form. the form, I will be part of the team, or I will be part of them to make sure that we review all your complaints. Those complaints that are important, we'll make sure we solve them. Mostly issue of uploading internship letter, issue of resetting password. But please, when you are submitting the form, make sure you submit your student ID accurately, you fill the form accurately, you submitted your email address. That will help us to make sure we search for your data and then we'll review if there's any problem. Idafe, make sure this, put it as part of what we're going to discuss after the engagement, okay? All right, so we are going to make sure that we answer most of your questions. For those that did remote internship, how will they be supervised? Yes, if you have done your remote internship, you have already submitted your internship letter. It means we can talk to the company that have given you the internship letter and then talk to you, okay, in 2 ways. So it's very simple. Just make sure your submission is accurate. It says record not found. I try login. We are going to address this issue. Link to upload capstone projects. We are going to talk on that. We are going to share also the link of submitting capstone project. Idafe, this is another action point, but we have to go back and discuss with the lead course managers, okay, those who led those programs. We need to discuss with the heads, okay, to see how the data was collected, and then we intervene, okay? Okay, somebody is asking, we from Jigawa, we are trying to upload our internship acceptance letter. Well, Jigawa State have done a lot. During the course of this training, the state government look at it as very important area where youth really need support. They initiated 14 centers where the people or the students that are from Jigawa, they now put them in that center and also supported them with additional supervisors. So those supervisors have worked with the students to engage them very well. Last week I was in my local government, one of the center. They are doing very great. So for those in Jigawa, we have a special case or a special consideration for you, because when the training started, we have started the training for about 3 weeks before 3 months before the Jigawa part of the training started. So we are going to get back to your coordinators and we'll discuss modalities on how we can handle our own part. So don't worry, we are working on it. I think there's a very important question from Obaji Okereke. Can Base share update on those who have submitted capstone project internship letter so that we can know where we stand? Very good. This is a very good question, Okereke. I believe Idafe, we should work with the team to create a validation process where the student can confirm if they have submitted their capstone project. But believe me, Obaji, currently we haven't submitted a generic form where all can submit their capstone project. So we'll discuss with the necessary parties to see what they have on ground. Then we'll get back to all of you, possibly by sharing another form that will be attached to the ideas portal, where all can be able to, resubmit their capstone project, even if they have submitted before for record purpose. Okay. Then issue of internship, I believe, is very simple. If you have uploaded your internship letter, it means you can log into the logbook. So that's a way for you to validate if your internship letter has been submitted. If you cannot log into the internship logbook, it means your submission hasn't been accepted or you haven't submitted. So like I've discussed with you earlier today, we are going to share a form to validate and see those one who have really submitted and those one who are claiming that they have submitted. So from there, we can be able to check our system and do the validation, okay? So most of the questions are around, I cannot log in, I haven't filled. If you haven't filled already, if you are going on internship, definitely you must have a physical record of all your activities. That means maybe you have a book where you write down, you jot down what you have been doing in the organization. So you can open the logbook back and then fill the logbook because it's open. Nothing is restricted. Mukhtar Umar, how much to change my internship, my internet, how much to change my internet, does it maybe change? Well, I didn't understand this question. Maybe you can paraphrase it for me to get it correct. Most of the questions around, I cannot log in. We are going to share the form to make sure we validate your record. Okay, somebody is asking, sir, we don't, that's Adebayo Adeyemi. Sir, we don't really understand the certificate we have to upload on the form. Okay, this is good questions. It's important to know that as a requirement for this training, you must do or you must submit any professional certificate from either Udemy, Coursera, LinkedIn Learning, and a lot of which those lists are already stated when you check the submission form. That's one. Then secondly, the submission is during the course of this training, you are able to secure a job. We want to know those who have secured job with a certificate. The World Bank, with a letter of appointment or letter of engagement. The World Bank want to know. We don't know what they want to do. Is there anything they want to give to you? We don't know, and we cannot make any comment on that regard. So we'll make sure these two, one, the certificate of professional training is uploaded. Secondly, the engagement letter or appointment letter for any job you have secured, those are the documents we want you to submit. Like I've mentioned, what you have done is just a prerequisite, or let me say a preliminary. We are going to attach the final form of this submission to the IDS website. Okay. So why is the learning platform not working? Somebody is asking why the learning platform is not working. Casey, why the learning platform? Well, the question is not clear. I don't know what you are really talking about, but you can paraphrase the questions or put it clear. Who will supervise those that are not in the country? Mustafa Musa. It's very simple, just like those that are doing their remote internship. So it's easy. It's very simple. Make sure your internship letter is from a recognized or is from a registered company, okay? Well, Ola, this question is really very, the answer is straightforward. She says that for the attendance, many could not attend the lectures at that time due to internet issues, but later they have watched the video, some have downloaded the video. Like we've said earlier, the training is a hybrid, remote, that's virtual and physical. So if you were unable to, watch the video or attend the training live, and then you watch the video later, like I mentioned, we already have individual head of this program. So they have taken note of your attendance. And please note this, the requirement for graduation is not only attendance. Maybe attendance can take 15 or 20% of the entirety of all the process. But make sure other activities has been done, okay? Because if you have filled the internship logbook very well, you have done what the head of training have asked you to do, then you are ready, okay? You are ready to be graduated. I think I've answered Umar Abdul, capstone project submission. I've discussed about that. We are going to get back to all of you on that regard. Course certificate upload, like I have already answered. Abo Midi Olawa Komi, we are going to make a submission. It will be attached this time around to the platform where you can be able to make a submission. Somebody is asking, sir, I have not gotten an internship placement early till January 2025. How will I feel the internship? It's open, okay? It's open. And that is why to tell you what we are doing currently is the supervision. So we don't have problem on that regard. You can be able to fill the internship form as long as you have your internship letter uploaded, log into the internship logbook, and then do your submission, okay? Somebody, confidence, tell us more about the job. Jobs are out there. Jobs are out there. Many jobs are there available, unless if you are not ready. So I think I have exhausted almost all the questions. Most of the questions are repeated. Issue of logbook, login, all. So I have seen most of these questions that are coming. Issue of logbook being cleared. I mentioned earlier, we are going to address that. So be rest assured all your data will be. Good afternoon, sir. I did my internship in your company. How can I be supervised? All internships are going to be supervised. All internships that are remote are going to be, supervised remotely. So make sure that your letter is appropriate. Don't upload a letter that is not given to you by a legit company, okay? What of those who had been working and cannot do internship? You must do internship. If you don't do internship, then you haven't met one of the criteria, which is very important. They tell us Google certificate was not compulsory, but now you are saying it's not Google certificate. I get this correct. It's a professional certificate. It's an addition to what you have done over the training. I believe, I think last week or last 2 weeks, thereabout, I was at a Huawei Educational Summit where the MBTE boss was there. Part of their strategy now is, I think it's going to be implemented soon. After your diploma or HND, you must give them a professional certificate, which is, for me, is very important. because educational institutions are mainly to focus much more on the academic activities, as well as giving you a little or a guide on how you can deal with the professionalisms. While professional certification open the door for you to be able to stand and be able to take job in any industry. So it is important to know that when we talk about professional certificate, we are talking of the certificate you get from Coursera, Udemy, related to the field of your study. If you are doing AI or you are doing blockchain, you must really take some certificate that are much related to the course you have taken in Bayes University Ideas program, okay? So I think we have exhausted almost all the questions. We will share the form. Most of the concern you have any trouble, make sure you describe your problem, put your email correctly, put the phone number correct, and your ID, then we'll be able to solve your problem. Thank you very much all. Be very active on our YouTube channels as well as the Telegram group, because these are our mediums of communication. Whatever we have important for you to know, we do channel them in these mediums. Thank you very much and bye for now.